Tuesday and Thursday. I'm gonna use pink for this. So, firstly, Thursday. So, wow, Angela Baby has a lot of uh she knows a lot. She's got good amount of potential for knowledge, even knowledge concerning Venus. Venus is a planet about what do you call uh, Venus is a planet about art and music and luxury and
Beauty.
good things, all the good things in life, and also about love. All kinds of love. People limit themselves by thinking that Venus is about what do you call romantic love, but romantic love is included in other kinds of love. So Venus actually knows how to love. If you want to learn how to love, you should definitely learn it from person who has this combination. Okay, and moving on, let me see the strengths. Okay, Moon is stronger, and Mercury is the second strongest. So I need the nadis because there's no direct indicator, so I'm gonna use the traditional method. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the karma nadi. So karma nadi is in Ashwini, and no planet is there. Okay, but the nadi is active since childhood and has an impact from Ketu. Wow. So there are a lot of gifted people in this chat. Yama, interesting. Do you come off as pretty strict to people, even with in relation to the kind of practices or kind of things or mistakes people make in their spirituality? Like people just take risks and do stupid things sometimes and call it spirituality. Just risk either their health or their life. And then do you feel like you basically correct them, and you're very uh, blunt about the way you correct them? Does it resonate, Angela? Yes. Spirituality is extremely important for you. And in that, within spirituality, discipline is extremely important for you. And you cannot just hold back. You cannot stand it when people are, I know. Yeah, because Yama, it's a kind of, it is a, placement like that. But yeah, that shows at the same time. Do you feel that sometimes you're not as independent as you could be? Oh, you guys have some experience with Angela, baby, when it comes to that. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, like I don't know what. So I don't want to give any, religious remedies here because I understand like everybody's from different religions. But what I will recommend for you, Angela, baby, is that why don't you like use music to control the negative aspects of this particular planet? So even though Ketu is giving is 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 somehow important when it comes to like giving a direction to your career, but at the same time, it is also limiting you from being able to be independent. At the same time, you on an intuitive or spiritual level, you do have a lot of knowledge. You do know a lot of things about spirituality that most people don't know. So in there are sometimes you're just really ahead of people, and when you communicate that, they feel like, who is she, like where is she, why does she think that she's right about everything? But actually communicate from really strong, gut feeling. And what will help, this is a general advice. Try to understand it, because it may not make sense immediately, but at some point it will. When we use too much intuition, sometimes we, on a conscious level, disconnect from our real world. Okay, because we are getting some kind of feed, information feed, or like radio signals or whatever, from a spiritual dimension. And that's what we communicate, right? But if we use that a lot, if we rely too much on that, we also stopped using the feedback from the real world. And that's why we get disconnected from the real world, and we don't like get a proper picture of what to do in 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 the real life. And that's what leads to the feeling of not being free enough, or not being independent enough. So how do we control this? Whenever you have a really strong gut feel, and you're communicating, yes, and you're communicating that with someone, try and trace back a step. So try and look for evidence from the real world, and try and use that for communication. For example, I strongly feel this is a bad person, but instead of saying I feel, just believe it because I feel. How about you look for cues in their behavior patterns, the things that don't add up, or things that they have been inconsistent with, and use that information to tell your friend, your loved ones, your daughter, everybody, that okay, you know what, I'm saying this because X, Y, and Z. These are the clues, these are the evidences. So that one thing will because the detachment of K2 is causing the issue with independence. But if you like detach, continue using the K2 with real world evidence, that will disempower its ability to keep you from being free or independent. Another option is practice mathematics on a regular basis, and make a playlist of 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, anything that you prefer, and ensure that you listen to it, like not multitasking. Okay, you listen to it, you give yourself time to just close your eyes, disconnect from the world, and enjoy music, because music also can control the negative aspects of K2. So that's it from me. If you want to ask any question, one question, one last question about your chart, I will take that, and then we will move on to the next chart.